There is new evidence today that the nation's job climate is deteriorating at an alarming rate with no end in sight. The Labor Department says employers slashed payrolls by 598,000 in January. That's the most since the end of 1974. ABC's Charlie Herman joins us now with all the details. Hi there, Charlie.
Hi, Tanya.
We talked about job losses yesterday. There's more bad news today. Where's it going to end?
Well, sadly, the expectation is that the unemployment rate will continue to rise. There are more than 11 million people who are now unemployed. We've seen an increase of the number of people unemployed by more than 50% in the last 12 months. And the expectation is that this number will continue to rise in the months ahead, especially when you consider that in the past several days, as we talked about yesterday, there has been this increase in the number of layoffs being announced by companies. And a lot of those numbers are not actually included in these figures because some of them are in the future. And so you have to be unemployed to be counted in this report, and a lot of those people are not technically unemployed yet. So a lot of economists are predicting that the unemployment rate will rise as high as perhaps 9%. And of course, the $900 billion question being debated on Capitol Hill is, will that stimulus package help stop this increase in unemployment?
And all this unemployment, of course, is having a terrible fallout for the states. The Wall Street Journal today writes that a growing number of states, I believe 7, have already run out of money to pay unemployment benefits, and I think another 11 are very nearly out of money.
It's becoming a huge drain on state budgets, and states, a lot of states don't have the ability, like the federal government, to be able to have deficits. They have to balance the budget every month. So if you don't have enough money there, you have to take money from other places, and that's one of the reasons why you're seeing today in California this furloughing, the first day of furloughing of state employees, more than 200,000 workers who will not be in their offices, state employees, DMVs being closed, and other services that are provided throughout the state.
It's unbelievable. If you needed to get a new driver's license, you just couldn't do that in California today.
No, you could not.
Wow, unbelievable. Now, the money that the president wants to send to the states in his stimulus bill, would some of that money be able to be used to shore up these unemployment coffers?
Well, I mean, there's so many things in the stimulus package that are being debated right now. I think it's a little bit hard to say specifically what money will go where, as there's a lot of negotiations and taking out some packages and putting back in some others. So I think some of this is still not clear, and we'll have to really see the final details when it comes to the stimulus bill.
But it's certainly clear that the states are hurting right now in lots of ways.
The states are hurting, and you're really in a situation here where there's just a real concern about that you have at companies about what to do going forward, and so they're trying to hunker down and be more protective in a very unclear climate.
And Charlie, let's talk a little bit about the Congressional Oversight Panel that says the Treasury overpaid for some of those toxic bank assets with TARP funds. Can you tell us how that happened?
So basically, when the Treasury Department, what this report did, and this is an oversight panel that was created by Congress to look at the Troubled Asset Relief Program, the $700 billion program to stabilize the financial sector, they went and looked at what did we as the taxpayers get back in return back in October and in November, when the government, in the 10 biggest transactions that it had, provided money to banks like Citigroup and AIG and Bank of America. When it gave them money and we got stock back, what was the value of what we got back at that time? And what they found was that it was actually worth less than what we provided to them. And in particular, interesting, private investors who got deals at the same time, they got a much better deal.
All right, Charlie, thank you so much.
Of course.
Don't forget, you can get all your business news by going to the business section of abcnews.com.